Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome once again to the International Fabtalks show. My dear friends, it's a pleasure to have our celebrity today who shares the stage with us. She is Miss Priyanka Arora, the life designer, a beautiful human being who's out here to inspire you to create the positive vibes in your life. And here she's ready to share her journey with us on a very unique topic, the power of the mirror. But before that, I'd like to welcome her on the stage first and then get started with what she has to share. Ma'am, welcome to the International Fab Talks for the third time.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's my pleasure to be here. And I wish that it's going to be a great session today.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's a honor that you've come, to share your time with us. We really are honored whenever somebody says, ma'am, I'm ready to share the stage with you. I'm ready to share the time with you on the International Fab Talks to inspire people, to inspire the common man, and to inspire everyone who wants to be inspired. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. I feel this is my responsibility to do that. And people should also do the same, what I'm doing.
Oh, sweet. That's so nice. Thank you so much for being an inspiration. Thank you. Dear ma'am, I'd like to introduce you in an official way. Just give me a moment.
Please.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. With your permission, I just take a moment from you. Priyanka ma'am is known as the Mashal, the life designer. She's that person who holds the torch and would like to spread light across the world. She wants to have this lighthouse effect. She wants to bring the light in your lives in the right way, not through any wrong way or not through any crooked way. She's a very straight spoken and straightforward person, a very frank person who understands you as an individual. And with the life coaching that she has, she would like to transform your lives. And dear friends, she is the artist where she would love to transform your life, design your lives. She's also a relationship coaching designer where she tries to help you to redesign your relationship and bring you back, unite you with your family, unite you with your partner, unite you, with your siblings, and unite you with the universe. And it is her mission, it seems like so beautiful to us. It's like a dream to us, it seems, but to her, it's a mission. And she is really accomplishing her mission. She is connecting people across the world, and she'd love to awaken the inner strength, the inner passion, the inner, intelligence, or you could say the inner power or the Shakti of at least 2 million women across the globe. Not only in India, across the globe, she wants to inspire at least 2 million women as soon as she could. And that's the mission that she has. To us, it's a dream. To her, it's a mission. So today, we transform that dream into a mission. And she would love to see all of you out there, irrespective of gender, to rise like a phoenix and to face life. Rise from the ashes again, face your life, and fly high like an eagle. She says, be fearless and be the king of your life. You should control your life. You should be the leader of your life. And today, with a very unique topic, she's come up with the NLP and introduction into the NLP session. And that is called as the power of the mirror, where she will be explaining more about it. I am nil on it, so I'm going to learn from her. And we all are going to learn from her today, our guests and, of course, our virtual audience. Ma'am, thank you for being with us and welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Once again, thank you for having me here so that I can spread across the knowledge of mind NLP with the audience so that they can get enlightened, awakened how our mind works. A beautiful thing, an intelligent workshop from where dreams turn into the destiny. Thank you so much for having me here, ma'am.
It's our pleasure, ma'am, to have you.
So I would like to go ahead with the session. As ma'am has said so beautifully about the topic herself, the power of mirror. So my dear audience, let me tell you, it's not related to any kind of a superficial makeover or a introduction to any products. This session is an introduction to NLP, which is the neuro-linguistic programming. In an outshell, as the name can resonate, neuro means resonating to neurons, and again, which is resonating with the mind and the human brain. Linguistic, as again, you can just watch out the word linguistic refers to the language, how we put in the language For example, in the computer system, whatever input we put in the computer system, in the software, in the form of commands, in the form of codings, and in with respect to that, the output comes out from the screen, from the software of the computer. In the same way, whatever language, the kind of language we put in our mind, the output also comes in the same way. And as we also know, we program computers. We can program it in any which way we want. And today is the classic example of artificial intelligence, that it works on its own. And how it has happened? Because we have changed certain languages. We have changed certain inputs to put it into the software, into the computers, so that it gives us the same results. So programming, NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, how we program, how we condition, how we take care of the system of the input getting inside our human brain, and again the outputs are going to come in the accordance to that language. So from here, I'm going further to talk about the power of mirror. My dear friends, as we know that whenever we have gone wrong in life, when we had been learning so much, there was always a guide behind us to watch out from us from the behind and say that stay on the center, don't go right and left. For example, if we take a coach from the sport, a coach like who's teaching crafts or drawing, they always said, no, not outside and not much inside. You should draw, you should color the complete picture on the border like this or like that. It should be dark color, it should be light color. Every time we had someone to guide us. And in this era of transformation, of self-growth, where people are so inclined for the self-growth, for the true potential what they carry, a life coach, a mentor plays a very important role. So now I would like to tell you what is the job of a life coach. It's just like a mirror. To tell you, to showcase you how you are. A life coach, a mentor, a counselor is never going to flatter you for anything you do. They can use a different way to address to your emotions. They can start from the politeness and then they can come to the truth. That is a different thing. But they have to come to the truth and show you the mirror that, my dear person, you are going on the wrong track. This is not the way to live life. Number two, this is not the way to think you are thinking. And this is not the way you are wasting your precious time of life. So now I have taken this object mirror to symbolize with the life coach. And there is one more thing, which is a mentor for all of us, even when we were alone. Even if we don't have a life coach or a human being with us, it's the wisdom. So when we come across with the wisdom, with that knowledge, reading books, going to library, we come to know that where I'm going wrong. If we are too much into the knowledge sector, we will get that insight that yes, this is where I'm going wrong. So here the mirror means not only the life coach, but one thing, that knowledge, that inner transformation, that ignition, which will change you, which will tell you that you are right or you are wrong. So with these words, I would like to share a presentation which will be clear about this topic. As ma'am said so clearly, it is an introduction to NLP and the power of mind we are going to unwind right now. So as we have seen mirror. So let us disintegrate in the alphabets. And as I said, the life coach, the wisdom, the experiences of life, the inner wisdom, shows us the path. So what the M stands for? Mistakes. We all have done mistakes. Don't you think so, ma'am?
Yes, dear. We've all done a lot of mistakes, including me.
In our life, during the childhood, during dealing with the relationships in school, colleges, and while learning a lot. Especially, I remember when I was a science student, we used to do a lot of mistakes while drawing, while connecting to the elder people, the teachers, the students, etc. So M stands for mistakes, and I will decode every word in detail after I complete till R. I stands for the incidents which happen. For example, anything bad happens to us, which was not in our control. Incident, like it can be a flood, it can be a kind of riot happening in all around the city, it can be politics, it can be a natural disaster, avalanche incident where we never had control. The next alphabet R stands for rare cases. That was with environment, and these rare cases are with our own life, pertaining to loss of any family member. Sometimes failure in the business, that's a setback, and it happens very less in life, it's rare. And such a great loss, or maybe that discomfort of relationships when it happens, like when the children leave their parents, the parents don't want to stay with their children. All these things are very big setbacks and rare cases of life, and they show us the mirror. Next, R stands for the roadblocks. When we progress into our life from younger age to the older age, we see so many people, we meet so many people, and some of them bind with us for a lifetime. Sometimes we have chosen them, and sometimes we have not chosen them. And certain times, these people acts like roadblocks. Sometimes we have seen people pulling us down. Sometimes we have seen jealousy in the siblings. Sometimes we have seen, being a human being, the politics going around in the office culture. All these are roadblocks which we have not actually created. We never had control over them, but they were like a roadblock where we find ourselves stuck. We see no way to go through them. And again, they act like a mirror when we have this awareness. O stands for obstacles. Now, these are those sweet little cute obstacles of life where they are actually obstacles, but not actually the roadblocks and the rare cases. For example, a new mother when has a newborn baby. So it's a kind of obstacle to join her job back, to get back to her studies, to go out and reconnect with her friends, or learn something or join a college. Obstacle, we can call them. Again, they teach us something, they groom us into a better personality. And the last alphabet of mirror stands for our reflection. Now here I have taken it in a negative way where it comes as sudden. As I spoke about the failure in the business, so that becomes the sudden reflection of our own inputs. Sudden reflection how I did the business, how I handled the business, and now it is nothing. I'm broke. Reflection of a broken relationship. As I already spoke about, the relationship gets broken, and it's a sudden reflection that how I handled this relationship. I was a person who was bitter and toxic. So it is a sudden. It never came from inside you. It is not inner reflection. It is a sudden reflection from your inputs from the outside world. So when we comprise, when we collect all this, it become a package of learning. Ma'am, what is your take about it? Have we all have gone through these stages of life?
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. For me, it's the roadblocks. Okay. And I would even the reflection. That's also, it resonates with me. It connects with me, and the various incidents, mistakes, and rare cases too, on a few occasions.
Right.
Yes, dear.
Right. So just talking about you, like one person has picked up like kind of a four alphabets or four scenarios from the six we have seen here. These are the six domains of life filled with different kind of toxicity, bitterness, experiences, and where there is lot of darkness, where we feel stuck, where we feel where to move. There is no light here. And now, my dear friends, I understand all this case must be happening with you as well. So, how does the mistakes teach us? So, when we understand that this mistake, incidents, rare cases, roadblocks, obstacles, reflection, which is sudden, is actually teaching us something. So, have we learned something from these mistakes? Incidents when we were left alone, we got, faced failure, or there was a roadblock and which we could remove a little bit, an obstacle where we found some solution and there some learning emerged from within us. Have you experienced that, ma'am, in your life?
Yes, dear.
Yes, we all have done that. But was it an easy procedure or was it difficult procedure?
A bit difficult, ma'am.
Yeah, definitely. It is difficult. If I'm talking about myself, yes, it took a lot of years, lot of pain, and lot of brainstorming within myself to understand that the life challenges, this mirror was actually reflecting the wisdom which should emerge from myself from within. So now when we take a help, for example, it takes a long time. When we take some kind of a twist in learning, and when we have the awareness that these things are a mirror effect and we should turn them into some learning, that is the place where we can use NLP, and there it is. Again, mirror, when we are going to use that in a constructive way, we can always find a mentor. I'm not talking about any offline, any online, a counselor, going to a psychologist. I'm talking a best friend. I'm talking about a granny who is staying next door. I'm talking about your tuition teacher. I'm talking about a music teacher who will give you a listening ear. Finding and pointing out that perfect person who can be your well-wisher, who can guide you, who can pull you out from the mistakes, from that negative mirror zone to the positive mirror zone. Finding out that mentor is very, very important, who will show you that you are still best. No problem, you got your rare cases, but still you are amazing. You are a champion. So we have to find out that mentor from our life. Incidents when happen, we should introspect. When the flood happens, what was the preparation? What is the prerequisite if it happens again in my life? Some tragedy happens. What can I do in that case? For example, insurance, for example, having good network, having a good friend circle. When certain things happen, how can I come out of it? We can turn the rare cases, we can learn by turning them into rise above. So when there is loss of anything, the finances, a person, a relationship, we have to rise above. And a mentor can easily hold your hand and pull you out of that darkness. Because any which ways, you have to come out, and that is the only way to live the life. The difference between successful and non-successful people is only this. Successful people bounce back very fast, and unsuccessful people stay a lot more in their darkness and their gloomy days. We have to turn the roadblocks into the repair mode, or we just have to remove them. For example, as I spoke about the toxicity in the culture, of work, corporate culture. The person can switch onto the other company. The person can switch to the different department. It's not about getting afraid. It's not about quitting your dreams. It's about taking wise decision and knowing where to quit. It's never wise to keep running and running with your eyes closed and mind shut in a toxic environment. Sometimes it is the best decision to move on and leave the roadblocks behind you. And if that roadblock is very lovable to you and you have a lifetime agreement in that relationship, it's better to repair. In other words, nurture that relationship. Sit with that relationship. It can be a very naughty or disturbing child also. It can be a disobedient sibling also. It can be not understanding partner also. It's important to sit with them, do the brainstorm, share your dreams, ask about them. Because if they are blocking your road, they are also somewhere blocked in their life. So when you will remove the blockages from somebody's life, if you cannot remove this relationship, this person will also help you to rise above all odds. So if it is a beautiful relationship turning into a roadblock, it's your wisdom to turn it into a repair mode and turn it into your favor. And if you can remove that, you can remove it, quit it. The next is obstacles. So now, as I gave the example of a new mother where she's learning to be a good mother and struggling to have a good sleep, if she can take a moment and think that so many ladies in the world do not even have the pleasure to hold a child in their arms. And then that obstacle will be turning into the optimistic thinking, and she is going to embrace that obstacle. For example, if elderly people at home are not well, and because of that, a son is not able to progress in his business, he has to take a deep breath and think about it. These are the people who made me successful the way I am today. And I'm so blessed to have them. I can give back to them in their needy days, the days they are needing me. And he can thank the universe to give him the opportunity to serve them back so that he can share his love with them. He can spend time with them in the time of their illness. He can take off. He can take them to the holidays so that he can also give them those golden days that the parents had given him. So when we turn that obstacle because of the thinking into optimistic thinking and mindset, the life becomes beautiful. And the last one, reflection, when it comes like a slap on the face, that invisible slap of sudden circumstances, we should have the resilience. So now it's knowing that the business is all over, it's broke, that person should have should be resilient enough to rise from the ashes, be like the phoenix. And that can happen only with emotional support, only with a person who is expert in business, a person who can guide well. It can be a parent, it can be a grandparent, and it can be a business coach. So these are the mirror effect. As we see, mirrors have effect. We can talk about kaleidoscopes. It can have beautiful effect. If we know how to use the mirror, it can create beautiful effect in our life. And when we get stuck with just one type of mirror effect, the life becomes monotonous and stuck in the darkness. Moving on, dear ma'am, I would like to ask you one question. So now we know that under the sun we use goggles. So how do you take this? A person wearing brown color sunshades, if he looks at the sky, how the sky will seem to him, to appear to that person?
Ma'am, I guess it will appear to be brown.
It will appear to be brown, but the sky is actually blue. Are you sure? Like he will see the sky as brown?
Yes, dear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that answer. I really liked it. What about this guy who is wearing black sunshades? And what do you think? In which color the sky will appear to him if he will look at the sky?
Black.
Black, quite obvious. I'm liking your confident answer. And what about this? If he's using that goggles, what kind of color he's going to see the world?
The sky, ma'am?
The sky, yes, definitely the sky. The goggles are blue in color. So how the sky will look to him?
The sky will look clear and blue. It will look clearer.
Blue. But if he will look around with this blue goggles and if he will look around himself, how will be the things? Will be the things clearer to him or bluish in color? Like he will get a hint of blue in that.
Yes.
What is your view?
Blue, I guess.
Blue. Okay. And what about this? It's a clear shades.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
guess,
think?
yes, ma'am. I guess he will have a clearer view of everything, be it the sky or be it the surroundings around him. It will be quite clear.
Clear. I never even asked you about surroundings, but you are telling on yourself that with this clear glass, he's going to see everything clear. Even in water also, he will see everything clear in the river, water, ocean. So here is the point. Why it has happened like that? Can you guess the answer, ma'am? Like, what was the reason the same sky looked in three different colors to these three people having three different sunshades?
I guess, like, when he wears the brown glasses, so he looks through the lens of the blue glasses and everything appears to him. I mean, the brown one, everything appears to be brown. The way he looks, through which way he looks, maybe, or through which lens he looks through, maybe through that way he perceives the sky to be, if I'm not mistaken.
Perfect, perfect. So coming till here, you understood the color we are going to put on our eyes, the world will look the same. Am I right to precise your answer?
Yes, dear.
So in the same way, my dear audience, the message is from the NLP. We have frames of mind to talk in a scientific manner. As we have seen, the colors of goggles will change the outlook of the world around us. In the same way, when we use certain frames of mind, we already have frames of mind. For example, we already have brown shades. We use them, everything looks brown. We use black, everything is brown, everything is black. And when we put on the clear glasses, everything looks clear. We already have that. Because he has clear goggles, that's why we can see everything clearly. In the same way, when we look to the world in a clear way, it becomes clearer and clearer to all of us. And that glass, that goggle, we call as perspective. Perspective of mind, the mindset. Now here, the person, so like if we are talking about clear goggles or maybe the, thinking. So if he's going to wear this clear goggles on the eyes all the time, will the life change? Will his entire life change full of failures and obstacles?
I guess maybe because he'll get a clearer view of
Yes.
everything.
Yes, you gave the answer actually. I mean to say that just having the wisdom with you is not going to change your life. Just putting on your goggles on your eyes is not going to change your life. But if you put it on your mind, on the right hand side, what colors I have of the nature, when we put clear perspective, the right perspective on our mind, the life becomes clear. The orange looks orange, the blue looks blue, and the yellow looks yellow. We can easily differentiate between the yellow and orange. Can you see that picture, ma'am? Like, I think we can make out the yellow and orange clearly in the dawn of this picture,
Yes.
this time, a beautiful scenery.
Yes.
In the same way, when we have clear perspective, when we learn NLP, there is a clear understanding why failure came into my life and what is there to learn, why it is an obstacle and how can I use it in a constructive way. And this setback is meant for me to rise, to bounce back. And then we are able to judge, able to look at the problems of life clearly, crystal clear manner.
Yes.
And here we go. As in the picture, we can see the beautiful blue sky as it is. The blue color of the water is different. Of course, it is blue, but we can easily differentiate the blueness of the water, of the sea. The white sand, although sometimes, most of the time, it is brown, but we can see that it's all right. The sand is always brown, but here it is white. And the green trees looks green to us. What I mean to convey here that achievements look achievements to us. Sometimes in life, people have everything, but still they make a great misery of their life. They don't see their rewards as rewards, they turn them into a great chaos. And when the obstacle comes, they crash down, they shatter down, and they just shut themselves, and there is no progress in their life. So here, when we use correct goggles, I have tried my level best to make it more creative and adding a little spice in it. It's not the actual goggles of eyes, it is the goggles of our mind. So gratitude and giving back. When we fill our days, when we fill our mind, the time with gratitude, what we have learned, what we have got in life, so much of money, so much of fame, so much of comfort, the life becomes abundant. Because whatever we are giving, it comes back. We give out the vibrations of thankfulness, gratitude, and the same comes back to us. And when we have that self introduction, self reflection of gratitude, of receiving so much, we start giving back. And this circulation keeps on happening, and we enter a loop of abundance. We open the portals of abundance. The next O letter stands for observe like an audience. We have spoken a lot about the mirror effect, about the failure, setbacks. Now we should come back, come out of the situation and take it as an audience, as a movie. Observe it like an audience. And then you will watch yourself, how you are, what action you should take. And you can design your life, you can do a direction of your own life by giving it a proper meaning, a proper direction by yourself. The next G is go out and connect. The setbacks, the rare cases, the incidents, the natural disasters can put you in sadness and depression. Loneliness, the loss of a person. You should go out and connect. It can be a bar, it can be a religious community, it can be simply taking a walk on the road around your house. It can be going out and connecting with the birds, with the animals, and feeling that vibration of oneness, one world family. And when you connect with somebody, you tend to give something, and in return, you will get something. When you get fresh air, when you get the sunlight, you will be aligned to the nature, and then things will start changing in a positive way. A very big thing which happens with all of us is boredom. We are very good in life, beautiful relationship, great success, but at one stage, there is a boredom, there is a stagnation, there is a monotony in life. And there we should add games. We should gamify. There should be gamification, like a family time, indoor games, going out on a holiday. inviting people to your house and just throwing a party, going to spiritual retreats, all this will add the lost flavor in your life. And it will reignite your neurons to celebration, because our neurons really like celebrations. And this is quite close to NL. The next is L, which is look at the large picture. Sometimes the siblings fight a lot for the properties. There is a fight, there is an argument, there are tug of wars happening, emotional. And then we should look at the larger picture, that what am I going to get out of it? I'm sure, ma'am, you have been stuck in the traffic lot many times during travel.
Yes, dear.
Yes, we all have. But does that traffic affect the eagle flying high in the sky?
No, dear.
No. Because the eagle is at height and she or he is looking at the bigger picture, and the chaos of that horns of cars, buses stuck in the traffic doesn't really hamper its peace of mind. Although it's there in the same world, in the same planet, in the same solar system, but it's looking at the larger picture. So we should also learn to see everything as a large picture. What is the essence of this entire life? Let me choose my purpose. Let me choose the larger picture and leave the small things behind. Then E is explore new things. Go out, venture out, meet new people, make new friendships, learn something new, take up a new course and find out, change your stream for some time, go for a music class or dance class or a yoga class and feel the thrill of life. If you are adventurous, go for skydiving, jumping, bungee jumping, and you will see the life is beautiful. It still has that thrill intact. If you have lost one part of it, there is beautiful journey still there happening somewhere on the planet. So explore new things, new places, new people. And if all this doesn't make sense to you, all this is of no meaning to you, you are so much consumed by the sadness, the failure of your life. S for simply surrender. Just surrender to the universe. Just go down, leave everything after attempting all stages. Surrender doesn't come on the first stage, after giving your 100%, after trying every arena of life. There comes surrender. And one part of time, it becomes your part of life. In a nutshell, change your perspective and set your life free. How nice it is for the birds to just fly in the sky because nothing holds them down. They don't have any negative perspective. That's why their weight is very light. So change your perspective and set your life free. Embrace every challenge. Embrace any obstacle of life and say to that challenge, I have learned. The story of life is complete when we say to the challenge, my dear universe, you have given me this challenge, the lesson learned. When you write it down in a diary or in your mind, you note down, you jot down how many obstacles you have crossed, and you write in the end, the lesson learned. Your chapter is completed. And one fine day, with the challenges of life, your book of challenges will be over with lessons, so many lessons learned. And now you will start the new book of your life, having all the adventures of all the learnings, all the wisdom. And now you become a person of inspiration who can help others to transform. And now you can also handle your life in a very much balanced way, and you become a person of substance, as a person who can create an impact in the world without any identity, just by living your life. So that is your second book of life, which people read. People make videos on you, and you leave behind this legacy by living this beautiful, wonderful life with from the mirror effect of your life, from your challenges. And there comes neuro-linguistic programming. I have been sharing the nutshell of it, and again, it is the core essence of NLP, which I have shared. NLP is an ocean full of so many tools and techniques, full of so much of wisdom, so many techniques to eradicate all your worries, your past memories, your fixed pattern of procrastination, self doubt, inner critic. It takes time to learn. But if you have understood, the dear audience, the crux of it, the essence of it, I would like to invite you to the world of NLP, which is deeply connected to all of us. We operate from NLP. It is there from the ancient times in the scriptures. Of course, it is out in the world from 1970 in the books, in the words of termed as NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. But actually, this is a way of life. It's a beautiful subject every person should understand, learn, and make their relationships, their business, their dreams into destiny. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really so insightful. I was just sitting in awe and listening to you like, wow, what is this new to me? And it was like you took me from one level to the next level to understand how you could change your thought process, how you could, empower yourself through NLP. That's very nice. And the last thing that really, made me jump up from my seat was, if nothing works, surrender. That was really very nice. I like the way you had that shift from this mirror to the next mirror. It was very, very well presented, ma'am. And I really like many of you people out there to connect with Priyanka, ma'am, to design your life. She's that particular person who's going to really take you on the next level. As just now, you just made me come down from the low level to a higher level. You give the example of the eagle, and you said so beautifully, and that is why its weight is so less and it is able to fly so high. So leave the negatives and only concentrate on the positives. Look at the world in a different way. You shared different types of goggles and you ask different types of questions, and then finally you put out one clear goggle and said, how does it now appear to you? It was so well presented, so meticulous, ma'am, in what you wanted to convey to us today. I am really, thankful, and I would like many of you out there to get to know more about NLP. Ma'am, when would be the next session that we would have with you such that we could enlighten the others? They could join us again on this important journey of understanding NLP as a way of life, as you earlier said.
Perfect. And I guess we can meet 17th of this month again to where I will be talking about the value system. As we were talking about relationships, they operate from a level of value system, which is we call it PIP in NLP, which is pre-installed psychological needs of mind. So very interesting. It's one of my favorite topics from NLP, and we will be talking about that so that we can understand our relationship, the marriage and parents, children, how it works, and when we get that awareness of values, it's easy for us to take decision in life and understand the other person. So we can meet on 17th of November next.
How nice of you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Actually, ma'am, I had a big question mark. I've heard many of my friends, my colleagues discuss something NLP. I really didn't understand what is this NLP. I just kept it as a question mark all these days. But today, you really, simplified it and brought it on very clear terms to understand actually what power NLP could have on one's life. And that's making me feel, show some interest into this field called as NLP, because you say it's a way of life and it has been there since ancient times and it could really transform your life. It could redesign your life.
Definitely, and there is no doubt about it. And I have just shared what I have learned from my mentors. Though, so the actual credit goes to them, where they have simplified NLP in the way which we can understand. In this era of overloaded knowledge, they have turned that scientific knowledge into that simplified version where it can reach to the millions and billions of people, where they can actually internalize it. Before, it was used for the therapists and it only in the field of high performers like athletes and sports person and doctors. But now it has to reach to the every person, so that they can be benefited. So actually the real credit goes to my amazing mentors, and the simplicity also I've learned from them, the creativity and that passion. This passion is coming from them, transferred, getting transferred to me from them only, the way they have the passion to create impact in the world. So I have also imbibed the same energy within me. So it is that source is coming from way back, not just from me. So I thank my wonderful mentors from where I have learned NLP. Mr. YSR sir, he's the person who has been creating a beautiful community of life coaches and turning dreams into destiny with the simplicity, creativity, and adding hints of spirituality into NLP. So I'm so much grateful to him, and give the credential to him and my parents, who had been encouraging me to choose myself, to choose the right you know uh, flavor of life where I think it is really deserving. So giving me that courage, my family. So it comes from all of them. I'm sitting over here, and it's not the effort of just me. I have a full team, full army of people supporting me, and that's why I'm able to showcase the essence of NLP over here with the audience, and I'm able to show up here on Fabtalks.
Thank you, ma'am. You're so graceful, you're so dignified, you're so humble that you're giving credit to all of the people in your life and say, it's not only me. It's just a big union of all of us wanting to transform lives. That's really very nice. And today you've done justice today to, this session that we had now. And ma'am, we really eagerly look forward for the next session. I'm really excited because I want to know how values play an important role, as you just mentioned. Like, I want to know how and why people, have different views, different thoughts, how they could transform, choose themselves, choose the right things in life with the help of the right way of understanding NLP. And I'm really glad, because I was always in confusion to tell you the real fact. And it's very frank. And if say NLP, my head would just pain. What is NLP? I just don't. All are saying NLP. I didn't go into it. But today, when you've simplified it, to the common man, as you said earlier, it was only for sports people or for the doctors, or, for just the others and not for the common man. And today you made it accessible for the common man. And Fab Talks is all about connecting with the common man. And today, Miss Priyanka Arora, a wonderful life designer, a relationship coach, has done wonders on this platform, and she intends to do it in the next, coming session, that is on 17th of November. Yes, dear. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us. Thank you for sharing all the knowledge that you had. And thanks for bringing positivity into our life and making us look at life in a better way than to hold on to the roadblocks, the obstacles, the incidents, the negative things, to transform them into a new way. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's my great pleasure again, and I'm honored to address the audience, to share my wisdom, and make myself again empty, so that I can refill myself with new and new knowledge and again share it with the world. Thank you so much. And winding up with the vision of my spiritual mentor, Shri Ravi Shankarji, having the mission, I've borrowed it from my mentors, as I already told: one world, one family. So when we work on a mission, we unite everyone. So when we have this mind that all are mine, all belong to me, and I belong to everyone, so you just forget about the obstacles and challenges. You embrace everyone in any which way, in any form. So I have borrowed this dream from my mentor, my NLP mentor, Mr. Raisar, And these dreams I'm holding with me, getting inspired from both of them, and just trying to make this place, this planet, a beautiful place for everyone to live and cherish and celebrate. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for being so humble and so polite that you're giving credit to all. Once again, I'd like to say that it's very humble of you to do that. That's really nice. Thank you so much, ma'am. This one last question which I have here in my head. In case if any of the audience out there would want to connect with you with regard to NLP,
Yes.
what is the best way to reach you and take the services that you offer?
Okay, so they can just contact me on my email ID, which is sps.dreamland@gmail.com. They can contact me on the email ID and I will be getting back to them.
Would you mind repeating the email ID once again?
That is SPS, supremely peaceful and successful. That means sps.dreamland@gmail.com.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. My dear friends, we'll even put it up in the description box below when we share the link for the YouTube. Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a wonderful day and stay connected. We look forward to having you on the 17th of November. Thank you very much. And we wish you a happy Diwali as well in advance.
Perfect.
Thank you, dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. My dear friends, with this, we'd like to end the Fab Talk show. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for supporting us. And thank you for learning with us. We learn from the common man the most. Yes, dear friends, stay safe and stay happy.